Pilot suffering a medical emergency. Air traffic control tower at Palm Beach International Airport.
And see if you can start descending for me.
Imagine this scenario. You're flying at 30,000 feet when the unexpected occurs. The pilots are unable to continue flying. What happens next? In today's video, we're diving into the gripping reality of whether ordinary passengers without any flying experience can successfully land an aircraft with only guidance from air traffic control. We'll delve into real-life incidents where ordinary individuals found themselves in extraordinary situations, showcasing their remarkable ability to land planes and, in many cases, heroically save lives. Hold on tight for an incredible journey. California, 1983. A father and son team. Imagine this, a small Beechcraft Bonanza soaring peacefully above California. On board are Alfred Al Haynes, a stockbroker with zero flying experience, his teenage son Kevin, and a family friend. Suddenly, disaster strikes. The pilot suffers a heart attack and is incapacitated. Panic threatens to take over, but Alfred knows they can't afford to freeze. With his heart racing, he remembers a single flying lesson he took years ago. Kevin, surprisingly composed, finds a basic explanation of the controls in the plane's manual. Together, they begin the desperate search for a way to survive. Alfred radios for help, his voice trembling with fear. "Mayday, mayday, our pilot is unconscious and we need help." On the other end, Pat Cummins, a seasoned air traffic controller, responds. Pat, sensing the dire situation, calmly and methodically guides Alfred through the steps to take control of the aircraft. The pressure is immense. Alfred's hands shake as he follows Pat's instructions.
I think this thing is following us.
Dual engine failure, I repeat. All engines out.
What the hell is going on right now? Revenge!
What did you say? Good morning, Captain Whitaker.
Here's a manifest with 102 souls on board.
Let's get them tucked in. We're ready to push.
Kevin reading aloud from the manual, trying to stay calm. Every second feels like a lifetime. The stakes are sky high as they descend towards the runway. In an extraordinary display of courage and teamwork, Alfred manages to bring the plane down, the wheels touching the ground with a jolt. The passengers are safe, and a collective sigh of relief echoes through the cabin. Alfred and Kevin's quick thinking and Pat's expert guidance turned potential tragedy into a story of survival and heroism. Hawaii, 2000. A flight attendant takes control. Now picture this. A Boeing 767 cruising over the vast Pacific Ocean, heading towards Hawaii. Out of nowhere, disaster strikes. The pilots are incapacitated by a mix of food poisoning and fumes from a faulty heating system. Panic looms, but among the flight attendants is Doreen Kimura, a former flight instructor with experience on smaller planes. Despite not being qualified to fly a Boeing 767, Doreen knows she must act. With nerves of steel, she steps up and takes control of the situation. "I can do this," she tells herself. She quickly assesses the controls and volunteers to take over the cockpit. As she steadies the plane, Doreen communicates with air traffic control, who provide vital instructions. Meanwhile, the remaining flight attendants rally behind her, maintaining order and assisting where they can. But flying a 767 is no small feat, and the real challenge lies ahead.
No control on my side. We going down?
Everybody embrace positions. The way you landed that plane was nothing short.
Get us back in the air! This plane out! Get us back in the air now! Take it out! Get this plane back!
Landing it safely. The tension rises as experienced pilots from a nearby flight join in to offer their expertise over the radio. Together, they form an incredible team, guiding Doreen through every critical maneuver. The atmosphere in the cockpit is electric with pressure and determination. As the runway at Honolulu International Airport comes into view, every heartbeat feels like an eternity. With the combined efforts of Doreen's quick thinking, the steadfast support of the flight attendants, and the expert guidance from the pilots overhead, they approach the landing. Finally, the Boeing 767 touches down with a resounding thud. Relief and cheers erupt on board. Doreen has done it. This heart-stopping story is a testament to the power of quick thinking, teamwork, and the incredible collaboration that can emerge in a crisis. Thanks to their bravery and skill, everyone on board is safe. England, 2013. A retired RAF officer steps up. Picture this, the serene skies over England, 2013. John Wildey, a 77-year-old retired RAF officer, is peacefully enjoying a flight on a small Cessna. Suddenly, the pilot slumps over, unresponsive. The tranquility shatters, and panic threatens to take over. John, though not a licensed pilot, has some aircraft experience from his military days. With the pilot incapacitated, he knows he must act fast. Heart pounding, he grabs the controls and radios for help. "Mayday, mayday! The pilot is unconscious, and I need assistance to land this plane." What happens next is nothing short of extraordinary. Air traffic controllers spring into action. On the ground, 2 flying instructors drop everything to provide crucial guidance, and from above, a nearby helicopter crew offers support. The tension is palpable as John grips the controls. Hands steady despite the gravity of the situation. For over an hour, John follows every instruction, the seconds ticking by like hours. Each maneuver is a high-stakes challenge. As the plane nears Humberside Airport, the runway comes into view. This is it, the moment of truth. With nerves of steel and voices of experts guiding him, John descends. The landing isn't textbook, but it's safe. As the Cessna touches down with a jolt, a wave of relief sweeps over everyone involved. John Wildey, against all odds, has landed the plane. This heart-stopping story is a testament to John's bravery and the life-saving power of teamwork. It's a tale of an ordinary flight turned extraordinary, proving that heroes can emerge when we least expect it. Spain, 2018, A Father's Courage. Imagine a summer day over the Spanish coast in 2018. A small Piper PA-46 aircraft, with a family of 4 on board, suddenly veers off course as the pilot suffers a fatal heart attack. Chaos ensues, and it seems like all hope is lost. John, a father of 2 with no flight experience, steps up in desperation. Grabbing the controls, he realizes their only chance of survival lies in his hands. His wife, clutching their young children, cries out in fear as John sends out a panicked mayday call. Air traffic controller Maria Martinez receives the call.
I got an A320 diving for the river.
And immediately senses the gravity of the situation. Maria guides John through the complex process of controlling the aircraft. Despite John's trembling hands and the mounting pressure, he manages to stabilize the plane. The weather turns, adding another layer of danger as the plane battles strong winds and turbulence. With every instruction, Maria's calm voice serves as a lifeline. As the plane nears the runway, John fights to keep it steady. The descent is harrowing, with the aircraft shaking violently. Finally, after what seems like an eternity, the Piper touches down with a jarring thud, skidding along the runway.
What?
The plane stops just short of disaster. The family emerges shaken but unharmed. John's courage and Maria's expert guidance turned what could have been a fatal tragedy into an extraordinary tale of survival.